Hey folks, it's Rob, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, and we're continuing on with our campaign here. I thought today, in honor of the new NASA Mars Heavy Lifter, the SLS, I thought I'd build something as close to as I can in the campaign mode. So, let's go into build mode. Right, now clearly I'm not going to have everything that's necessary to build this yet, because, you know, I only have what I have. But we can make something inspired by it, right? Right. So what do I need here? We've got the big tank. Yeah, we're going to want that eventually. Let's see, we'll get a science package onto there. Okay. We'll rotate that about a bit. There we go. Maybe actually, yeah, fit that way. Okay. And then structurally, I'm going to want a stacked decoupler. And she's going to need some parachutes, as you do. Utility, here we are. Just to make sure it doesn't crash into the Earth in a very hard and, well, crash into Kerbin in a very hard and irretrievable way. Make sure that those are actually mounted correctly, though. There we go. That way the science bay is not blocked up. Okay, and let's see. We'll put on the old thermometer, because we can. Make sure our comms relay is on here. Oh, I think we just mounted 2 thermometers. Yeah. That's the thing to always watch out for, kids. That's the one I want. There we are. And I actually don't want it unbalanced, but at the same time, there we go. Give it the bunny ears, and we're going to need a comm relay. Fit that on a basic communitron. There we are. Because, you know, that's my upper module, and that's what we're going to work with. But, now, let's see. Do I have any adapters? I don't think I do, actually. Well, we'll fit an inline reaction. Actually, let's recover the inline reaction wheel. That way we can use that again. Okay. And we're going to need some power. Because electricity's good. Can we still get in and out the door? Always a question. Nope, doesn't like that one. There we go. That'll give us essential battery reserves. Now, I think I may need to unlock more parts before I can do proper SLS. It's just not going to look right. But we'll work with it. We'll call that a space maneuver stage. Yeah. Not sure how well it's going to hold together with the weird branded adapters, but we'll see. And you may be like, Rob, why are you making such a huge rocket with such a big engine? Because we're going to make a shot at that Duna mission. And if I can't go to Duna, at least I can like get into solar orbit, right? That's what I thought. These things are much bigger. Okay. That's okay. I don't need to bring along this whole thing. What we need to do... There we are. Rockomax branded coupler. That should do us. Now, I'm going to need a way of detaching that. And I'm going to want to go to duplex. Alright, so let's see here. Go with the old radial decoupler. Okay. Oh, this is going to be a mess. Oh, I don't know if it's going to even hold together. It's definitely going to need pre-launch stabilization. What can I say? In fact, I should probably fire the skipper while in atmosphere with this configuration. Let's see. Used to be quite a bit of information about efficiency and atmosphere and that kind of thing. It's not on here anymore. Oh well. Phew. All that just to launch that little tiny thing. Okay. I'm as you can tell, I'm amused. I am going to need to stabilize it so it doesn't like fall over at launch. Not quite sure how to stabilize it. Maybe duplex, and we like grip it this way. And this way. And that way, you know. Now, all those need to fire at the same time. And at the same time, we're firing the boosters. Okay, that way she actually lifts. Right. Why not? Let's just go for it. I have no idea how effective this is going to be, but let's go. Yes, that's the spirit of Kerbal Space Program. Damn it. Okay, she's not exploding. SAS and RCS are on, even though I don't have an RCS system. Why not? Oh, and I see my flag is not loaded in properly. Okay. We're well off the pad, actually. Right. Suppose we'll try her first off on the boosters, without firing the engine, and we'll see how that goes. Right, so 3 and a 2 and a 1. That's kind of sad. Okay, and as you can see, not quite enough structure there. It's gonna need, I think, some splints. A bit of strutting probably would help. Yes. Right. So let's go back to the assembly building. All right. So back to structure, and just make sure she doesn't pull herself apart. Okay, I know I've doubled that one up, but I don't care. Okay, another thing is, it clearly needs more launch thrust. So what we can do... we can fit a solid fuel booster down there, right? And then that goes up to here, and this goes onto here. That'll give us a little more launch acceleration. And I'll want to lose that one as soon as I can, actually. So, yeah, that goes off, and then these, and then we fire. Okay. Right. Let's try it again, shall we? I know the idea is to be inspired by the SLS, but I also got to make this work. And honestly, I don't have the components to make it work yet. So, okay. So, RCS, SAS, auto stabilization is on. Jebediah is standing by and ready to go. It's another day at work for him. And we are 3 and a 2 and a 1 and a go. There we go. The basic little bits of strutting has kept the boosters from bowing inwards and threatening to rip off. And the extra lower thrust means we are actually moving somewhat faster, which is good. Admittedly, we're still not really moving terribly well. To the point where that probably actually just fell back to the platform, but you know. We are slightly accelerating, even at this rate. And this will give us altitude, so I can't complain too much about that, I guess. But it'd be nice to hit 100 meters a second, and I don't know if we're going to actually do that. Jeb's having a great time, though. Jeb's like, this is the smoothest ride ever. Okay, put that skipper to full power. Yeah, this is too heavy. Even at full power, that skipper is not giving me enough thrust to stop our deceleration. Okay, this is a failure. Revert flight back to the vehicle assembly building. Right, so what I have here is a dud. It just does not have enough thrust to be able to do what we need. It needs more velocity out of the gate. First off, secondly, once the boosters are away, there's not enough thrust. Now that can work once we're actually, you know, if we build up enough velocity in the first place. So my inclination is to throw on another set of these wonderful little boosters. So let's set that up. Alright, double it up. Thank you. That, please, and stick it right there. Then we'll take these and stick them on. There we are. And then go to struts. And fix that problem before it happens this time. Dang it. I hate that. You want to grab a little component that's attached to something. You end up grabbing the thing that it's attached to. Struts are a pain in the butt, which is why normally I would clip that out and you would see me after I've done it. Okay, there we go. That'll keep it from tearing itself apart. That looks semi-level, right? Okay, we'll make sure we have that on there. Yep, okay. Make sure these are configured appropriately. That needs to be up here and up here, and those are needing to be here. Just going to use them all in a one, right? And heck, let's do this all out. Okay. So this set fires. Then the outers fire. Then we go over to liquid fuel. And that means these need to be down here. And these. Right. Okay. Let's try it out. The more power approach, let's go. Nothing like more power. Bah. Okay. So, yeah, she's wobbling. She's a bit heavy. She doesn't like being here. What can you say? Alright. Stabilization on. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, jeez. Oh, crap. Oh, I'm not blowing off my liquid fuel engine. Oh, lovely. Okay. I'm now boosting mass I can't possibly use. I suppose it'll make a decent test. But no. Revert to the vehicle assembly building. That's completely a failure. That won't work at all. These need to come off. Okay. That will not work. But hopefully she'll work with the extra boosters. And that'll be fine. So all four of those are going to need to fire initially. I'm not going to do a separated staging. I could like fire 2 and then 2, but no, we're going to fire all 4 at once. With the extra, then we'll drop the extra, then we'll drop the other outer 4, then we'll go to liquid fuel. Okay. Right, one last chance. This doesn't work. I'm going to have to go and start over again. Right. 3 and a 2 and a 1 and a go. Accelerates much better. Jeb's like, I think it's working, man. I think it's working. And yeah, that little mini booster's overheating, but it'll be fine. Hey, we're over 100 meters a second. Excellent. Speed's still climbing. Coming up on 7,000 meters, and we're over 200 meters a second. Excellent. Start turning this rocket. Long, heavy rockets like this, though, are a bit unstable. On the positive side, it will get lighter as we burn fuel, so we'll probably accelerate eventually. Yeah, there we go. Speed's going up again. And we are climbing. Good. Good, 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 good. Have a look at our actual projected chart. We are so close to apoapsis. Okay, to the point where I need to actually turn. Yeah, we're losing altitude. This isn't good. We're too heavy. I needed to be designing this without one of these tanks down here. We're kinda keeping altitude. It's not good. We're slightly accelerating while we slightly lose altitude. This is pathetic. Now, everything will continue to improve as we burn fuel, but basically I've already burned through half this fuel capacity. That means I didn't need one of these tanks. Or at least beginning to climb again. Yeah, this whole stage has been basically worthless. It's not good. If I knocked out this tank in the redesign, which is not as easy as you might think, it'll probably improve performance dramatically, because it won't be as heavy. I bet she'll move quite well once we lose that stage, actually. She'll be a lot lighter. Yeah, now we're climbing. Now we're moving. See, apoapsis is moving out ahead of us here. That's how performance should be, you know? Jeb's like, wow, man. Wow. Man, you've been in space more than any other Kerbin. But he's got the right spirit, you know? He's like, I love it. So yeah, we're setting up for a very low orbit right now. Once I've pushed apoapsis out a bit more, I think we'll coast up to altitude before we continue burning. Yeah, we're more than 1,000 meters a second. Kill the engine. Rotate for burn. The fuel's kind of sloshing around in there if you're wondering what the shakiness is about. With a bit of burn, the fuel moves to the lower tank and it makes it easier to control. Also, a bit of low intensity burn means that we'll continue to accelerate and while we continue to climb. Even now it says orbit. Although it's not really orbit, it's just suborbital. But I would like to keep the apoapsis at least 40 seconds ahead of me. So a slow, low intensity burn will help us get into orbit efficiently. Also, these engines burn better in space than they do on the ground. So the more burning they do in space, the better, more punch you'll get out of your fuel. We should be orbiting any time now. Yeah. Not much more push to get there. Now, I can't rescue Tom Long because I don't have the capacity to rescue him. So I'm not even going to bother. She's a bit of a pig for turning. And what I'm doing is I'm just kind of stretching my orbit out some. I'm making burns at high altitude. And I keep having to turn the craft around because, honestly, that's what happens. Right, now, do I want to go anywhere? That's the question. It's a nice unknown object right there. There's Eve. I don't think Duna's even on this side of the sun at the moment. Make a return visit to the moon, I suppose. Bam, we are out of the system. I thought we might be able to. This is not what I wanted. Okay. Take me back to the mission, damn it. Don't really want to leave it all alone out there. It's on an escape trajectory from Kerbin. And that stage is nearly out of fuel, so... Now, that's to be our new orbit, this orange line you see in here. That puts us in a very slightly higher orbit than Kerbin. But we are, in fact, orbiting the star, the moon, the sun, basically, at that point, and not orbiting Kerbin anymore. So here we go. We have now left the Kerbin system. Right. That should mean we can get some interesting science. Yes. Reserved materials bay, excellent. mystery goo. Excellent. You check our thermometer. Where is it? There she is. Yeah, you can't log temperature out here. Okay. Now, I need to kind of move back into Kerbin. So, if I want Kerbin to be my landing site, I don't want one of these stupid landing sites. Arrgh. Now they're interfering with my operations. They're going to have to go. We'll set the moon as a target for now. Okay. Any thrust out here should make significant changes to orbit. I just hope I'm doing it right. But I'm burning towards the sun, so that should be right. You can see my orbit's not wildly different. Yeah, there's Duna. Duna's way out of position for this. That's it. She's out of fuel. Well, she's not out of fuel. That stage is out of fuel. Fortunately, we have this little efficient thing. There we go. That seems like an encounter. In 67 days... we will come back into Kerbin encounter. Okay. Well, that's alright. We can do that. Right, I want to move counter to travel. Probably moving at almost no velocity compared. Yeah, 24.7 meters a second. Good, we're on a return approach already. If we could swing by an object, though, on the way in, I do have one tank left of goo. Don't think I'm going to get lucky, though. Suppose I could try to loiter around for lunar encounter. Let's see, where the heck is anything? There you are. Why can't I move you? You can't be out of power, can you? Nope, we have full electric charge. Why can't I maneuver? I have somehow lost maneuver control. Okay, Jeb. Jeb, what the fuck's going on, Jeb? Oh, we're under acceleration. I can't change... Yeah, I can't change position while we're accelerating. Okay. While we are accelerated, I should say. Okay, if I throw out a bit of thrust, it should help me loiter in the lunar area. Full thrust on the tiniest engine. Now this orbit still isn't actual orbit. I mean, it's still 70,000 when you pass by. I could swing around for a second approach. No, no, we can't. No, we're now... Or can we? No, yeah, we get a lunar encounter on the swing back. Okay, that'll work. Takes us quite close to Kerbin. And then we swing back on out again. And then we're in Lunar Encounter, which means I'll use my other tank now. It's a small amount of science, but you know. Get me a crew report. Nothing to report. Nothing to report. But that's okay. A little more science from the mission. We had the fuel. And then we just kind of pass on by. And yeah, we'll decelerate on down. So, come on. Yep. Bit more, bit more. Periapsis. There we go. Gravity in the atmosphere will deal with the rest of it. That means we've got a fair bit of liquid fuel to recover. I wonder if we can. I don't want to risk it too hard, but I suppose I could try to manually recover. Alright, if it's not going to work out, I can still abort, okay? Drop the cans. Drop the fuel in the engine and, you know, hope for the best. But this should work. Look at her. Where do I think I'm going to come down? We're going to come down over the Kerbin Highlands. Looks like a land hit. Might not be the best thing when you're trying to land heavy. I could try to come down the water. Or we could try to burn so that we come down closer to Kerbin Space Center instead of the opposite end of the Kerbin. Change our vector a little. See if maybe we can scoot around a bit. Actually, that'll do. Water landing right there. That'll be fine. Right, she's coming back in, kids. You got this, Jebediah. You got this. Okay? Trying to reorient for re-entry, but I'm kind of lost here. Adjust my artificial horizon so it reflects more what I expect. There we are. Okay. There we are. I mean, I know you can't burn up yet, but I like to be, you know, I like to do it right. We'll be back in the atmosphere very shortly. Man, did we just get a funky orbit or what? Okay. Music cuts out. We are in atmosphere. Kinda. We'll start seeing a re-entry effect soon enough. Once we're through the re-entry effects, I'm going to manually fire this parachute back here for increased drag. And I'm going to shut off stabilization. Yeah, we're kind of turning here. Alright. There we go, that'll stabilize us. Not the Science Junior. Alright, that chute's ready, basically. Won't really know if we're accelerating enough until we're about 500 meters, unfortunately. Still coming down kind of swift. Oh yeah, we're under 7 meters a second. We'll be fine. We can recover that whole thing. Just time accelerate down to the surface, because honestly, 6 meters a second is a long time to get down. Okay. We are down. Time to recover the vessel. $602 science in total. 511.9 science earned on this mission. And we got back 1,061 from parts. And of course we got back Jeb. So that was good. Apparently we completed something. Launch stability enhancer, and it landed at Kerbin. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. We did that. So that's us been to essentially solar orbit and back. So that got us a buttload of science. Oh, this is not what I want. That's what I want. That should allow me to build bigger and better things. For example, I want that LFB KR 1x2. It's a built-in dual-engine kind of thruster. It's quite nifty, actually. So, yes, I want that, and I have lots of science, so I will take that. Then there's even heavier rocketry. Like this S3 KS 25x4. That's like a 4x1 engine cluster, and it is awesome. Those are the biggest parts. Let's see, what else should we take? Well, the advanced construction, so like we have the adapters and such. Yeah, I want that. RCS blocks might come in very handy. The barometer would probably be useful for a little more science. It's 192 left at this point, so advanced power package, yeah. That's 102 left. So yeah, let's get into the SAS stuff, I think. Okay, so that's our science spent. We'll be able to build better and better things next time. So next time you should see something that looks a lot more like the SLS, for one thing. Secondly, I'll be able to build something that's a bit more effective and efficient. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show, and I hope you have a great day, folks. Goodbye.